What's up, everybody, and welcome to the TART live show. You're with the Atheist Roundtable. We have a really, really cool episode tonight, and I've been looking forward to this here the past few weeks. Justin from the EA show, Chris Mallard from the Daily Atheist Morning Show. How you guys feeling tonight?
Great, man. How are you?
I'm good. Chris?
Doing wonderful so far. How are you doing?
Good. I'm good. It's been a long time since you and I spoke.
I know, right? I know. It feels like ages.
So I co-host with Chris on his show Monday mornings at 9 a.m. So go check that out. Justin, you and I just got to sit down with the one and only Seth Andrews last week. How'd you feel that went?
That was butterflies in the tummy. It definitely was.
Yeah, it was a great show, and he's what we all know him by his voice, but he really is. He's one of those guys that I would say he's as cool as the other side of the pillow. He's just a cool dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yep. So we're having the Atheist Extravaganza tonight, and this show is about our friends that we've met in this community that have helped us and helped push us forward, and we're focused on that. Justin, Chris, we invited you guys to be on. Hope you're excited for tonight and to have the conversations with everybody at the end. We'll have everybody on screen and do that. You've been looking forward to this, feeling good?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. I really enjoy your guests. You got a great lineup. Godless Engineer. I get to be on the same show with Godless Engineer and Jenna Belk. I get to be on with Jenna Belk again. That's cool. So I'm like my own little heroes. So
awesome. So each one of them will have a segment. We'll just talk about them, their channel, what they have coming up. And it's going to be a blast. So I want everybody that's watching to know that we are still going to have a Q&A at the end. And we're going to have the whole lineup ready to field questions. So first on the list for tonight, and each one we'll go about 10 minutes or so. But Justin and Wes, has Wes joined us yet? I know he was a little behind.
I saw him stalking the chat. He's in the chat.
So
come on, Wes, get in here.
Chop, Wes, grasshopper.
So Wes, just so you know, it's in the Facebook chat. It's in the Facebook chat. But Justin, before he jumps on, obviously, well, I'll let you do the intro. Give us the name of your show. What do you guys do there? Anything coming up that you want to talk about?
Sure. Thank you. So my name is Justin. I am the main host of the Empathetic Atheist Show, or also known as the EA Show. Kind of changed our name for analytics type stuff, but you can find us at either one by typing that in YouTube. We started the show. I started it honestly alone around the same exact time that the Atheist Roundtable started. They blew up like no other, but I'm working. Yeah, for a while I was just one man, so I was trying to do everything that I could. A couple months in, I actually was able to bring Wes into the mix, and he's been helping me out a lot. He creates all of the badass thumbnails and everything for our show. We have over 100 videos uploaded now from the last 3 months. Basically, what we do is we have a theist or an atheist on. We do a interview segment for about an hour just to get to know them, the position that they hold, maybe a couple pressing questions depending on, what position they are holding. And then we go into an after party after a short break to where we bring you, the viewers, in to be able to have a conversation with it. And the whole point of the mix is to try and have fruitful conversations and get rid of this whole animosity towards each other because of belief systems. Try and get more into epistemological questions using the Socratic method to, instead of just telling somebody that they're wrong and their God's not real, questioning them and getting them to open up to us about what they believe, so we may be able to help us and them understand each other better.
Okay, and from being on there many times with you guys, I do know that your approach and that's the outcome that you guys desire outside of the Seth Andrews episode, because I think that that's probably always going to be at the top of your list. But as far as conversations with other theists, what's been your favorite episode so far? What sticks out to you?
So I did have a show that I was quite happy with towards the beginning. It really helped build confidence in my position. I had a woman by the name of Shannon Thibodeau on, and she was her and her husband run their own Bible camp. So they had a whole bunch of their kids listening, and I wanted to make sure I kept it real respectful to these kids are growing up and they're learning, and I may be the first atheist that they've ever actually laid eyes on that they knew was an atheist. So I wanted to make sure I left a good impression for those kids to say, hey, these guys aren't horrible. They just have a different belief than we do. So I think that was a really good episode because we dug really deep into why she believes what she believes, and the passion that goes along with what she's doing. And it helped me understand even more that whenever we say religion is 100% completely toxic, I can find good things that religion does. It does do good things. I don't know if it outweighs the bad, but this was one of those cases to where you could say that they are bringing kids together into a community. Now, what the main goal of that community is, I disagree with. But some of these kids could be out, getting in trouble doing something. I'd rather them sit there and study a Bible instead. Oh, there he is. There he is.
There's Wes.
Yeah.
And for the record, before I pick on Wes, his hat says empathetic atheist.
Yes.
But from a distance, every time I see him, I think it's a MAGA hat, just for the record. But I do appreciate the extensive library located right behind your shoulders.
Thank you.
I can tell you're a very studied, well-versed man. But now that Wes is here, the one thing I want to ask you guys about, and there's probably majority of the people listening right now that probably don't know that you guys do this. You do an interesting thing. I think it's on Sundays, right? You correct me if I'm wrong, but Saturday early evening. You guys actually host a Bible study with atheists, Christians of all sorts and whatevers. Tell us about that.
You want to go for it, Wes, or you want me to do it?
Go ahead.
Okay. we call it bumper car Bible study. So what we do, so we're but what we do, we call it bumper car Bible study. We have a group of people. There's me and Wes in there. Before it was two agnostic atheists. I've actually since changed my position, but that's a whole different story. But me and Wes are the two atheists that are in here. And then we also have a Reformed Jew. We have Latter-day Saints. We have Calvinists, Christians. We also have sometimes Mr. Richard Mattson with his own internal critique of what his belief is. Enter a room and we dive into the Bible verse by verse. So what we've done so far, it doesn't seem like much, but what we've done is we've been able to go through a chapter and a half. So we're in the second chapter of Genesis, but we've done 7 episodes. So each episode is an hour long. So 7 hours of Bible study, and we're only in the second, verse 13 or 14 of the second chapter of Genesis. So it's going to take us about 80 years to get through the whole entire Bible, if I did my math right. But it's definitely fun. It definitely helps see everybody's perspective from all their different types of religion, and we can try and get down to the bottom of what may sound absurd, what may actually make sense.
When you said that, I was like, I'm pretty sure we're all going to be dead before they even get to. So
it's okay. We're going to skip right past all the begats. We're not even worrying about those.
Oh, okay. We're actually going to cherry pick. We're actually going.
We're going to do the opposite of cherry pick. We're just not going to focus on this one little part.
We're going to do that thing. Last question for you guys. We keep it moving because I really want to get to the end where all of us can talk and get to Q&A. But I want to make sure we push your guys' your channel, what you're doing, your content, and all that. What do you guys have coming up? What's on the channel? What does everybody need to know about right
now?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was waiting for you if you wanted to chime in, but so tomorrow night I am having a discussion with a very popular YouTuber who's a Christian, goes by the name of Vin and Sori. I think Vin and Suri, Vin and I don't know exactly how you pronounce the last part of there, but pretty popular. We're going to be having a discussion over abortion, which is a hot button topic. And I think if my wife is willing, I think my wife is actually going to co-host with me. If she is not willing, I would like to find a female, a woman of some sort that actually either, I really don't want to have a discussion about abortion with three men in the room just yelling at each other. That doesn't seem right. So I would like the opinion and the words out of a woman's mouth about what we should think of abortion and what we should do about it.
Yep. Well, and I think you and I were on a after show or a show where you and I agreed. We said the same thing. It was like, why do we have guys on here talking about this? We don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know about child labor and pregnancy.
Was that the episode where we had Nathaniel on that told me that? I told him at one point in time. I said, "Pray to your God and ask him what he wants you to say to me right now." And he came back on the next show and he said, "Well, I talked to God, and God says that He's going to shut your show down." So we're going to get a little segment of that.
Did he give you a timeline?
No. It was a general Bible prophecy.
Cool. And Chris, that's the exact question you should ask. Okay, so are we going for another week, another month? Like, what's happening?
Yeah,
but
I mean, like sometime between now and 2174, your show will shut down. I'm right. I've prophesied.
I am God. Justin, Wes, and Wes. I'm sorry you didn't have the link. I wish you could have been able to talk some more tonight. But both of them have been great new friends of ours at TART, and they help us, we help them. It's been a good friendship, and I appreciate you guys. And if you haven't, I'm sure the links are in the comments as I speak. Go check them out. Subscribe, follow, listen. They do a ton of great things for the community and for people as a whole. So thank you guys. We appreciate your friendship.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Cool. So next on the docket, so to speak, you can tell that I've been in trouble once or twice, but next on the docket, and he joined us, and we had a ton of fun with this gentleman. And if we want, guys, we could take a wager and see if he shows up shirted or shirtless. Before we bring him on, what are the wagers?
I'll go shirtless, but
no, I'm gonna say he's got a shirt on.
In my experience, he goes shirtless on his own shows, shirted on somebody else's shows.
That's how it goes often.
When I got him to come on my show, I couldn't get him to take his shirt off. I was like trying to offer the guy $. He would not take it off on my show, but on his show.
I try to respect everyone else's show. When it's on my channel, then that's when the shirt comes off because I'm hot. So I will suffer for you guys. I'll suffer.
Yes, you are. You're right.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
We
no time
appreciate
for
you
romance. Let me take those off.
The first time I got to be on screen with Drag, I jumped on one of Justin's after parties, and I saw Drag was on there. I was like, oh man, I got to do it. And I think I even told Justin and Wes, I was like, I'm gonna go flex on him. And he didn't have a shirt. And remember, it was the after party. It wasn't the regular episode. And I came in shirt off like, what?
I appreciated that. I get a challenge for once.
No, but Lord Drag, how you doing, man? How you feeling?
Hey, yeah, I keep forgetting I put that down there. That's the inside joke. If for people who don't watch my channel, there's a certain group of Christians on the internet who think that I have Sith Lord powers, so I can mind control people. That's not even a joke. They literally think that I can mind control people. And so, of course, people who watch my channel play along with it, and they go, "I will send you money," and then it just makes it worse. So I put Lord Dragnot because I am now Sith Lord, supposedly.
Sith Lord.
Yeah.
I suspected, honey, we were right. He's a Sith Lord. I told you.
Yeah. You won that bet.
So Drag, between we had you on about a month ago now. Time flies. Anything happening? Anything change? Anything coming up that we didn't know about then?
Oh no, it's the same stuff. I'm doing the same nonsense on my channel that I've always done. I review idiots and do a lot of armchair psychology, which seems to really entertain people for some reason. But other than that, I've been more so focusing on the fact that I'm in graduate school now. And actually, that's what I've been looking at this entire time. That's why I wasn't talking very much, because I'm looking at a restriction map, and it is pissing me off. And so I've been trying to dedicate some brain power to that. But yeah, I mean, that's probably the biggest thing that's really happened. So I'm done with my bachelor's, working on my master's, and yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
First and foremost. So, and I have been actually I paid attention before, but after getting to meet you and this dude's cool as shit. Like I've been even following you even more now than I was before, and the I asked, Justin what episodes stick out to him, for his show. I want to be a little more specific with yours. What is your favorite G-Man interaction or show? Like I need to hear this.
Oh, wow. My favorite G-Man interaction. Actually, it's one of the interactions I had with him in real life. The first time he met me. And because he did not know quite a few of us were in New York. He knew that I was there. A young woman that he had his eye on, and her boyfriend was there, which he didn't expect. And he met everyone else. He met Fiona Robertson for the first time, and then I got lost because I didn't know that there were many Starbucks on every corner in New York, and so I went to the wrong one. And I walked up behind him and said, "Hey, what's going on, little man?" And he turns around, he looks up at me, and he kind of jumps back. And so I would have to say that's the best interaction I've ever had with G-Man, by far.
And what is the most absurd thing you've heard him say? Because some of the stuff I hear him that comes out of his mouth, I'm like, huh?
The most absurd thing, it's a little bit of what he's been saying. His new thing, he already thinks that there's a conspiracy that atheists don't actually exist, and so I know that's weird. He makes videos about them, but they don't exist. So there are people who are self-professed atheists, people like us who claim to be atheists. In reality, you're not an atheist. I'm not an atheist. None of us are atheists. But what we really are misotheists, because we actually hate God. Okay? That's tied into the new conspiracy that we are all working for the Catholic Church to undermine Protestants. Can't make this shit up.
Yeah, you
watch the YouTube video.
I'm not getting paid enough.
You caught me on that one. You caught me on that one.
Yeah, this is hot off the presses. This is brand new. He was up at midnight last night, up till 4 o'clock in the morning, with this new conspiracy. He's been working overtime.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that was one of those rare times where I was like, I don't even know what to say. What do I say right now?
Yeah.
At least he's not making threats.
Yeah. That's normally something. He gets really upset. He starts making threats, and it's like, all right, just calm down, Junior. It's okay. It's not that serious. But he's really, really paranoid. But he has this whole thing where there's a degree of separation. There's those of us who do stuff online, and then there's like the Matt Dillahunties, there's the Jenna Belks, there's people who are doing stuff out in the real world. They're part of atheist organization feeding people. He doesn't understand that they exist in their own sort of realm, and only recently kind of have they sort of intermingled, right? And G-Man's view of that is sort of distorted, where Dylan Hunty is a demigod, and we're all just out here to do his bidding, and that includes thwarting the true Christians out there. Obviously, the ones who believe in, his interpretation of theology, and whoever is within his ranks of that very myopic view of theology. But then, I mean, that doesn't really differ too much from a lot of flat earthers who believe that NASA and anyone who's pro science are paid shills for those organizations. So there's a lot of overlap there.
All right. So, Drag, when you came on the first time, I asked you who you thought the greatest rapper alive was, right? And we had a great dialogue there.
Mm-hmm.
So your last question, before we go into the group conversation, is what is the greatest hip hop album of all time?
Carter 2.
Oh, that was quick.
Carter
That
2.
was quick. Carter 2. Why Carter 2?
So there's a song on the Carter 2 that speaks to my heart called Gangsta Music. And I will not spoil the lyrics to Gangsta Music. But if you listen to the lyrics, it's a reflection of sort of what I felt growing up. And so if no one is familiar with that, if you're not a fan of rap, you're probably not going to like it. But if you are, check out the Carter 2, check out Gangsta Music. And it doesn't sound like Lil Wayne sounds right now, where he's just, I don't know what, he's an anthropomorphic squirrel. I have no idea what he's doing now. But it's different person. Mandela effect.
But I will say he just dropped that. It was like a 4-track EP, or it wasn't even a mixtape, but a little thing. And he's got 4 tracks on it. 3 of them are dope. Like,
I haven't checked it out yet. Actually, is that recently?
Yeah. It's I think the one song I love, it's called Roulette, and it's nasty.
Really?
Yeah.
Have to check it out.
No, but Drag, we'll keep you up, because, like I said, at the end we're all gonna chop it up and chat here. But again, man, we appreciate you coming on the first time, and you helped promote us, so we want to make sure we're promoting you. So before we keep it going, what do we need to know about you, your channel? You got anything coming up? Anything you're working on? Anything you want us to help promote?
Yeah, I would say I'm going to still be doing my Eviction Saga series, where if you like being entertained, I don't talk too much about atheism stuff unless it's a drag rants video. If you want to hear me talk about the world, talk about my perspective on different topics, people, and all that sort of thing, that's sort of where that is. But normally, I think for Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do the Eviction Saga, where I recount the story of G-Man getting kicked out of a house that was given to him by another Christian YouTuber, and the fallout from that. I would say I'm not too interested in growing my channel anymore. Honestly, I want channels like this, Empathetic Atheist, Chris Mallard's channel, like those smaller channels. I want you guys to grow. Because I think that you guys still have the vigor and the patience that I lost years ago. So definitely, if people want to do something, offer to come on and interact. It doesn't have to just be believer and non-believer talk. It can be, hey, I think that your approach to this particular topic is a little flawed, and here's why. I think I heard you trying to go through SE, and I think you missed the mark, or here's how I would do it. And I think like I say, steel sharpens steel, right? So let's do more of that.
Yes, and I do, Drag. I love it. And you said that the first time you're on it, and I love that, and I know you're sincere in that. So we appreciate that. And anything we can do here at Tart to help push you forward and help you, man, we're here. Much love, man. Now to the next guest, next part of the Atheist Extravaganza. She helps co-host the Atheist Experience. She even has her own YouTube channel, and I'm gonna let her give out the names and everything. And then she also has other little side business I want her to talk about that I saw on Twitter and Facebook. The one and only Jenna Belk is with us tonight. Jenna, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing very, very good. Thanks for joining us again tonight.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm honored to be here.
Absolutely. So first, I saw, and we'll just start out with it. It was either on Facebook or Twitter. I saw that you're doing your YouTube channel, but you also are doing another business. I can't remember if it was on Etsy or another site like that. Tell the listeners, tell all of us about that. What's going on?
Well, I actually originally have an Etsy shop because I crochet. So I actually made it's a bong cozy.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah, yeah,
that's
right.
the only thing I've actually sold.
That's wonderful.
And so I kind of haven't really
Sorry, it was late arrival.
I haven't really done anything on there for a while, but then I started painting and getting some feedback that I should try to sell my paintings. And so now I'm trying to sell those on Etsy. So
Awesome. And where do the viewers, the listeners, where do we find this page?
Etsy, I don't know if it's like hashtag or @ or whatever, but my name is Crochet Booty.
Crochet Booty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So,
That's easy to remember. That's easy to remember.
well,
Crochet
actually,
Booty.
that's funny that you mentioned easy to remember because I had been coming up with a new show that I'm going to come up with probably next week. The name of it is going to be Genesis. In church, every time they said Genesis, they always stress the Jenna. And so in church, I'm like, not what? You know? So that's going to actually be another show where I'm actually going to be reading from my journal. I realized that I'd been keeping a journal since before I'd started my deconversion journey.
Wow.
So I'm going to start with that.
That's awesome. So is that going to be a YouTube channel, like dedication, or are you going to attach it to the one you have now?
I'm going to, so my channel is Jenna Belk. Right now I have my show Atheist Stasis. That is a show where I basically invite people on and interview them, whether they're well-known atheists or they're just, they're college professors or they're friends or they're just people who study something for fun or for a living or whatever. I'm trying to get different perspectives. I'm trying to share them, Christians and not, because I realized how small of a bubble I had grown up in and how little I knew and how much I still have to learn. And so I want to learn from every direction I can. So that's that one. But as far as the Genesis one, I'm going to be reading from my journal, but I'm going to be discussing, it's going to be kind of me talking and it'll be real short videos, but discussing a journal entry. And then I'm going to do a little research behind the journal entry and try to get a little bit of information out there as well. But the main idea is going to be discussing mental health.
Okay, great. I'm super interested in that. That's one of the things that I that I love discussing, whether it's on our channel or I do a lot of private chats with people because they know my diagnosis with bipolar, depressed, anxiety, all those things, and I love having those conversations. So that's something that I will definitely subscribe.
Good to know.
Subscribe and listen to. So, Jenna, you shared a lot of the awesome things going on with what you're doing as far as content, those kind of things. So, I want to ask you, with the atheist experience and your personal experience there, what is the call or the caller that calls in that sticks out to you, whether it's the lunacy, whether it's funny, like what's the one call that sticks out to you? Like, I will never forget that call.
Actually, the first one is there was a mother who called for her son, and yeah, Justin knows what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Because she called back a second time with him. He had gone to this camp in Australia, and she was like, I'm just real worried about him because I'm an atheist and he's becoming like, what was it, Mormon or something? And so when he came back, he agreed to talk on the phone and he had a really short conversation with us. I think I think there was some ground made because we asked him some questions and he was like, "Oh, well, I wasn't prepared for this." When we had told him we were going to be asking questions. So I got a message later saying he started asking some questions. He started saying that he had some thinking to do. So that it does work. It does make impacts.
Yeah, and we we do talk about the funny ones a lot, but those are the ones where you do get to change somebody's mindset or their view or their perspective, and maybe not overnight, but I talk a lot about, and Jenny, you'll probably know exactly what I mean when I say this. My analogy is always when you're going through a deconversion process, not never, but rarely is it a microwave. It's usually a crock pot. It's a slow moving thing, and
as it should be. I mean, it would be painful, way too painful if it happened overnight.
Yeah. Totally agree with you. So no, that's awesome. That memory, that phone call, and I'm sure that's one that will stick with you forever. Is there one on the funny side that does stick out to you?
There was a guy that challenged me to hang up on him. He goes, hang up on me. Go ahead. I was like in the middle. I was like, wait, what? I was like, okay. So that was the first time I ever hung up on anybody. And I just thought, why would you tell me you called here,
Jenna said,
don't dare me not to hang up on you. It's not like it's hard. Sorry. That's the second one.
You're good. And who calls into a talk show and dares one of the hosts to hang out?
I don't know.
Somebody who told one of their Christian friends that they had a prophecy that she would hang up on them.
I think he was the same one that talked about the lexicon that he had of all knowledge. Remember the lexicon?
Oh, okay. As soon as you said that now that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Jenny, you did a great job earlier with the new, with the new podcast with the journal and describing that to everybody. And then you have your normal YouTube channel and that they can go and subscribe and listen to you there as well. Do you have anything lined up as far as future content, guests, topics, anything that you would like to share with everybody?
Yes, actually, I'm sure everyone, at least in this room, should be familiar with your friendly neighborhood atheist, Ethan Michael.
Yep.
He and I are starting a live call-in show Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Central, where we're going to be just kind of talking with each other, but mostly having people call in, talk about things that they want to either ask or talk about. Mostly it's about us listening and allowing them to get things off their chest and have things said, and then we kind of discuss it. So that's going to be coming up on Sunday. And
where do we find that? Where do we find that?
That'll be on YouTube, and that'll be the Ethan and Jenna show. Okay. We fought over who was going to be second named. We both wanted to be second named, by the way.
Yes. It's like the chipmunks. You first. No, you first.
No, you.
First.
No.
You first.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So he finally allowed me to be second. So.
And is that going to be on your channel or his channel?
Actually, I think we created a whole new channel. And the number to call in is going to be 7085. Listen. It's 708-554-7836. 7085. Listen.
Awesome. And if you're listening, write it down. If not, rewind it and write it down and be a part of that. And the friendly neighborhood atheist, he does tons of things. Like I always feel like I'm going 100 miles an hour, and then I see him, and I'm like, how do you have I see you everywhere?
Yeah.
So he's doing a lot of good things as well. But Jenna, again, you were on our show again about a month or so ago. Thank you so much for that, and we had a great conversation with you, and thanks for sharing all the things you have coming up, and anything we can do to help you, help promote you, help push you forward. We're here. Thanks for being a YouTuber friend with us.
Thank you.
Cool. So we will keep the show moving here, and the next guest, and you've had to stare at him all night so far. And the good thing is he's good looking. He's good looking. So he didn't hurt your eyes at all. And that is, and I help co-host, like I said earlier, with him on Mondays. But Chris Mallard, the
Oh, you're talking about me. I'm a drag again. Sexy beast, you.
For the Daily Atheist Morning Show, The Damn Show, and now I Spy Wi-Fi Show on Saturdays, right, Chris?
I Spy Sci-Fi, yeah.
I Spy,
Yeah,
sorry,
Sci-Fi.
I Spy Sci-Fi. Sorry, I messed that all the way up. I Spy Sci-Fi. That's tough to get out all at once. But no, Chris is here with us, and Chris is another one that's helped us and been been a part of our show really since a few months in that we got started. So Chris, I know you and I got to hang out this morning and talk, but how are you this evening? How are you feeling, sir?
I'm ready for bed, man. I tell you, 4 a.m. comes early in the morning. Yeah, but no, I'm doing good. Doing all right.
Good. So for those viewing, those watching, and the ones that maybe haven't seen your show so far, tell us about the Daily Atheist Morning Show and what you do there and how they find you.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, the Daily Atheist Morning Show is I want it to be like a radio station, kind of a morning show on a radio station. That's my end goal, and I've kind of been working towards that. What I have is I have a co-host who come in. I like to build the community, so I have fellow content creators come in, and I change them out every day. Oz from Tart is my co-host for Monday. Tuesday, my co-host is Andy Hall from the Laughing in Disbelief blog over at Patheos. Wednesday, I've got a co-host who's John Funk from another channel. Saturday's another co-host. You know what I mean? And the purpose, and I change out. I'll send a message to them occasionally, and I'll say, hey, you're wonderful. I love you so much. Thank you for being on the show. But I'm just going to change out and get another host, because the purpose of the co-host is obviously to help lift some of the burden off me of having to talk about. To just sit here and talk by myself. But also it's about helping grow other people's channels. And I want to help. I'll give other people chances to grow their channels. So I rotate out my fellow co-hosts. But when you have a morning show, you usually have 2 or 3 hosts who are on the regular, and then they have guests and stuff. So that's kind of what I'm trying to work towards. Finally got Andy Hall. He's got the time now where he can be a regular co-host with me. He's a comedian, and again, he's a writer for Patheos. And so now he and I are regular hosts on the show. And then I still want to keep the co-hosts who come on who are other content creators from other channels and get them so we can grow their channels. As a matter of fact, Justin was on my channel as a co-host, one of the first co-hosts, I think. I helped him start his channel.
Yes, he did. Thank you.
By the way, just kind of, so yeah, that's kind of the thing, is to help grow our community. And I know I'm not the Daily Atheist. It's the Daily Atheist Morning Show. It's a show for all of us. I'm Chris Mallard. I'm not the Daily Atheist necessarily so much. I'd like it for it to be a show for the community and less about me. And so you may see shows where in the future I won't even be on the show. I'll just be kind of stepping out and letting other people host and doing things more about the community than it is about me. So that's what I say. But every time I try to step out, it doesn't help the viewership for some reason. Anyway, but that's the thing. My goal is to have fun, say my piece. I've got words to say. I got words, good words, the best words. I got my own opinion about the craziness going on. My deal is really about, when it comes to religion, is about being against the harms of religion, not necessarily about just calling religious people stupid. That's like the lowbrow game. I take a higher game. It's more about whenever they start hurting other people or hurting something or causing problems or oppressing people, that's where my voice comes in. It's not, although it does probably seem like I just sit around calling Christians stupid, because maybe I do that. But that's not what it's about. That's not the purpose. So, yeah.
So, and one thing, and I've said this since Chris and I first met. Chris really covers an array of topics. It could be, how religion is against science, or how religion impacts our government and our politics, and even lawmaking. Chris, tell us about a little bit about that, and just kind of the diversity of the topics that you have on your show.
We don't make any balls on my show. What'd you say? Ball making?
No, diversity of topics.
Oh, that's what I thought you said anyway. Diverse. Yeah, we have a lot of diverse topics. I try to come up with a topic that's relative to the co-host who's going to be on the show, but that doesn't always work. Sometimes we have topics. It just depends. Something crazy will hit the news, like this shooting that happened in Kenosha. So, did I say that right? But like the shooting that happened, that took over our morning show this morning, talking about that. Whenever we were going to talk about the Andy Hall being on the show, welcoming him to the show and doing things like that. My morning show, I like to be honest, I really prefer, I want it to be a lighthearted morning show where people can come and laugh, and occasionally we bash on religion, or we point out that religion is doing bad. Hey, did you know in Kentucky, they were passing this law that makes it to where you can not help people who need medical attention for your religion, you know what I mean? And we talk about those things to kind of shine a light on them, and that's sort of what we do. I try not to be too political, but it's just hard in today's society. I'm a left-wing nutbag, and I get to waving my arms and talk about Donald Trump and predicting all the bad things that are coming. And I'm like, oh no, but that's not what the morning show is about. So yeah, there's that. That's actually one of the reasons why I created the Sci-Fi channel, is because, matter of fact, I love my science fiction. I praise it, but I'm also critical and blah 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 blah, and it's kind of an outlet for me. Now I can go watch an episode of something, love it or hate it. I go review it and create a live stream, and it's not politics. It's not hate. It's not pure hate. It's just Star Trek kind of hate. I'm like, oh my God, this is not. Have you seen Star Trek? Have these writers seen Star Trek? It's that kind of hate. It's not religious hate, which is a whole different thing. You know what I mean? There's less stress and less pressure there. It's joy. So that's kind of what.
2 minutes ago, you said you were tired.
Well, yeah.
So Chris, I have to ask you one of the same questions we've been going across. What's the one episode or conversation that you've had that sticks out as your favorite?
My favorite. I've got a few. I have one of my favorite people so far on the show has been like Eric Murphy, Vila Bianca. They're really cool and fun to have on this show. I like but also I have some comedians on the show. Andy Hall, he brings comedians. We just laugh, and so those are my favorite ones. I don't have a specific one that I remember. Weed Brain, right? But I do enjoy certain types of guests. Whenever we're gonna have this tomorrow, we're gonna have a guest on the show, and it's a deep subject, and it's really harsh, or tomorrow we're gonna have a show, and it's gonna be Silly Steve, and we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna talk about wiggle butts, which are dogs. I really enjoy those lighter hearted moments than the more serious tone kind of stuff.
Wiggle butts, which are dogs.
Maybe Jenna can crochet something for him.
Well, actually, I was gonna say I forgot that I'm doing another thing kind of similar, as in that it's fun. Like I'm gonna do a live stream where I'm painting.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, like a passion of the heart. Something just to love. Yeah.
Like a Bob Ross thing.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And so I'm actually calling it Carrot Noise, because he used to tell a story that his dad used to tell about you had to find a tree, and then you make carrot noises, and then when the rabbit jumps by, then you just hop out and grab it, and then he says that it works really well until you go to the tree and then try to figure out what noise a carrot makes. And so I paint kind of abstract and kind of expressionist, and it doesn't really make sense. So I thought Carrot Noise.
and Jen and anybody else, for things that are new and upcoming that maybe there aren't links or whatever for yet, put it in the Facebook or Twitter chat that we're on, and we will make sure that we link it to.
Awesome.
everything.
Sorry, Chris, for taking.
Yep.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, no worries. Yeah, I think I was pretty much done. Well, there's always the talk. Miss Lola Ray in the chat mentioned the Yoga Pant channel. It may be coming one of these days. I keep threatening. But maybe we'll have to see. But thank you for reminding me, Miss Lola Ray.
So we're all clear. If Chris has a Yoga Pant channel, I will not link that to shit.
Yoga Pant try-on hauls. That's right.
I'm not linking that. Nobody needs to see that. Nobody needs to see that.
Right?
But,
like a rubber band wrapped around a marshmallow is what I look like. It's not pretty.
But Chris, again, thank you, and thanks for having me on and tolerating me every Monday. Thank you for joining me. You've been awesome, and we appreciate that. And it's apparent the work that you put into what you're doing in your channel, and we hope you keep kicking ass, my man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. And then we're actually going to so we have two more. We're going to bring them both up at the same time, and I'll ask questions individually. But we're going to bring Neil the 60.
Oh, sorry.
So we're going to bring Neil the 604 Atheist on screen, and then we have the Godless Engineer.
John!
What's up, heathens? And then
Damn it, I was going to say that, but I had a mouthful of beer.
And then we got the Bruce Lee of SE, Ben G, joining us. Oh,
is that the name we're going with? I like it. All right.
He's joining us. So we'll
just to promo John a little bit here, guys. Please get out there and buy this shirt. And
there you go.
And buy this shirt.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah.
And on the back, it even has the little GE right on there somewhere. There it is. There we go. See?
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice. So
I appreciate you buying those.
Oh man, I wear them all the time.
So Neil, we'll go ahead and because I didn't expect you on this early. So if everybody's cool with it, I'll start with you.
I kibosh my after party just to be here.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you. And hopefully they're all still here listening to you so they can hear you promo all your shit.
They don't care about me. It's all about the guests I have. So.
Oh, okay. So Neil and I had the first time we spoke had a great conversation, great rapport, and his show is really focused on the deconversion process and interviewing people that went through that. And when I first learned of Neil and his show, some of the first episodes that I saw were Jenna's, Seth Andrews, and
That's awesome.
There it is.
Yeah.
I feel like I should hold something up on the screen right now.
Actually, John, I got one of those on my 2 terabyte hard drive here too. If you can sort of see it, yeah, you can sort of see it.
I have candy.
The only merch I have is my own. It seems awfully self-serving.
There you go.
Hey, look at that.
But no, Neil, I've from day one I appreciate that about your episode is you focusing on that because it gives folks like us that have been through all that bullshit somewhere to dump. For some of us just a dump and vomit, but other people it's to help other people get through that. Like we've already processed all the toxicity and all that, and it helps push other people forward through that process. So Neil, tell us about your show and first of all, the name of the show, where they can find it, and kind of why you started it and where you're at today.
My show, well, it's basically my channel is Neil the 604 Atheist, obviously, and it's deconversion stories with Neil the 604 Atheist. Is what I'm going to do a new sticker that'll have all that on there. So John's got an outdated sticker now. So, but yeah, no, I've been listening to people like Jenna on Atheist Experience. I've been listening to Godless Engineer here for fucking years now, and I'm like, And one of the things that John actually said, use your voice, right? So I thought that's a great fucking idea. So I kind of reached out to them, and then this is around the time I think that's around the time when you guys were doing the peanut butter stuff, right? And then I threw a little cash towards that to help you guys out with that. And then I was like, well, fuck, I should have you guys on, you and Caitlin on, and as a tag team kind of thing, and do the whole story thing with that. And they're actually one of the first, I think, more known atheists that were on my show. So, and then I'll have anybody on to share their story, because I think these stories are important and they need to be heard. And I've actually, since starting the show, Jesus, almost 2.5 years now, I think I've been going, or a little over 2 years, but I've now been getting emails from people saying how they stumbled across my show, or somebody recommended it or whatever, and they can't believe that there's people like them that are on that fence, or just off the fence, and they're now calling themselves either agnostic or atheist or whatever, and they're hearing these stories and they can relate and identify with these stories that they're hearing. And I've been getting emails almost every other day. I get something from somebody saying, wow, I really appreciate what you do on your show, and it has really helped me. And I've even put a couple of friends that have been having doubts onto it, and it's been helping them. And that's when you start getting stuff like that, I think, is the point where you know that what you're doing is worthwhile doing, when you start hearing from people that have actually taken something from what you do and made it something positive out of it. So, and it blows me away when I get these kind of messages or emails or whatever. So it's really cool to get that.
Yeah.
And I if anyone has a story to share, just hit me up and I'll get you on the show. Absolutely.
Yep. And if you watch this later, and you lost the name of the channel, or whatever, just contact us and we'll get you hooked up with Neil if you've been through that, because he does. It's a great platform to be able to share your story, talk about deconversion process, because you don't know who you're going to help. Like, you don't know, who's going through exactly what you've been through, and just simply your voice can make a difference, make an impact. So, Neil, I do from the jump. I've appreciated that about you, and what you're doing for those that have been through what myself and Jenna and Seth and many others have been through. So I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you two questions. First one, a little more serious one. What show has been the most impactful for you as the interviewer?
That's a good question, because there's definitely a few that stand out. I think the one that stood out first for me off the bat was I interviewed a fellow who's an ex-Muslim, who his name is Humanobo, and he lives in an area of the world where it's actually fairly dangerous. Although he told me during the interview that he's okay, it's not so dangerous, but it can be dangerous for atheists to exist there. And he told me that, he's sort of still in the closet with most of his family because he's afraid of losing those people. So I think that one kind of hit the heartstrings right away when I was talking to him. And we had a pretty good conversation. And I think the next one that probably stood out for me was Eric Murphy, when I had Eric on. Him and I were chatting for a while, and he, it was great because he took me on a little tour of the ACA, because I hadn't been there at that time, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's Tracy Harris in the background," and stuff like that. So I was all starstruck a little bit, and I was chatting with him, and he, he's telling me about because him and I were both adopted, and so we had that connection, and he was telling me about his old family, and just, man, things were just getting pretty intense, and we were both sort of starting to tear up a little bit because we saw a lot of similarities to both of our stories, and the way that he, I guess, was treated a little bit from some family members when he finally came out and whatnot. So it was pretty tough for him. And and I think that interview, even though he really only knew me because I called into the show to talk about that, that I was attempting to donate a kidney to save a friend of mine's life. And as I figured, this guy's a cop. He's got 4 kids, his mom and his wife at home. He's got a lot of people that rely on him. If he dies, then, what are these folks going to do? Because he's a cop too, so he's probably put his life on the line countless times for people. So I figured it's the least I could do is at least attempt to. And I made it through all the testing. And at the last moment, the surgeon board said, no, sorry, you got a little bit of an issue with each one. They're not big issues, but it would leave me in a bad position if they took one. So they didn't want to do it. And I contested. I said, I'm willing to try this. Even if it could leave me with, issues, I'm still willing to try this because this guy, I want to help my friend. It's kind of looking at each other like I had 3 heads. Nobody does this kind of thing, right? So, but they still said, no, we're not going to let you do it. So I was kind of disappointed, but what do you do? So I called into the show and let them know about that because this Seamus guy, I think, kept calling up and go, how can atheists be moral? He's going on saying they can't have morality without God. He's going on like this. And I'm like, no, fuck ass. We can be that way. We are that way. We are decent humanist people, right? So like, fuck you. I'm an example of that. I donate blood all the time. You're a douchebag if you think that kind of thing, right? So, and I called in. I didn't actually say all those words on the show, but
right.
Him and I have talked outside of that, and I was like, fuck, dude, you have no idea what I wanted to say when I called in there, but I wanted to make a somewhat decent first impression. And then I got to go down to Faithless Forum and meet everybody, which was phenomenal.
Well, and Neil, I've got to know you decently well, and I can 100% see and hear you telling somebody that they're a fuck ass.
Whatever. Sometimes these words just pop into my head and they come out. I have no control. And little words in my head's going, oh, sorry, I was on a break.
That's on a break. That's actually one of the things I appreciate about you. But now to the lighter side. So it was a serious one. What's an experience you've had on your show? And this is probably going to more so come from an after show because your normal shows are usually pretty, pretty
they're legendary.
But the after parties, I know because I've been a part of a few of them, it can be unpredictable at times. What's a moment or one of your after parties that sticks out to you as one that is timeless or just you won't forget about?
Well, I'm not even sure if I should even be talking about this. It's a good question because there's multiple that stand out in my head. And I have this one guy started showing up in my chats, and his name is Glass Monster. Yeah, Hamish, that was it. Agnostic. Anyway, and I'm like, sure, he's a Canadian guy. I got to let him in the show. Me being Canadian and all that. So, and he started asking. He came across kind of as almost racist a bit, I guess. Justin, you know what I'm talking about.
I've had him on my after party before,
and he says weird shit sometimes. Where you're like, how do I take that?
He had a homosexual buddy that was locked in the back room that he was protecting the night that he was on my show. I don't know the situation. He wanted to talk about the guy. I'm like, just you gotta go, bro. Like, take care of your bud. I don't know if he wants you putting his information out on the show. Like,
I would just like to say that Tart does not represent Glass Monster in any fucking shape or form. Anyway.
check out CEO of Atheist TikToks for that.
I think that's one of the things I think is whenever I get somebody in there that I'm not familiar, we'll say, with, and something like that happens where they drop this weird bomb about like he was bugging my friend Mikey. Well, Mikey Famine, right? Who's my producer, whatnot. And he was like taunting him, and I'm like, "What are you doing? What the hell's wrong with you?" So and I've told, and he's always wanting to come in the show now, and I'm really hesitant in letting him on because I have no idea what's going to come flying out of this guy's mouth sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like, is it going to be racist? Is it going to be homophobic? Is it going to be something else shitty? Like, I don't know. So.
He's racist and he likes taunting people. Really? Tell me more.
Well, I don't know if he's I don't know if he's intending to be racist, but he's got that.
He's
Like,
incidentally
maybe?
racist.
Like, he's
Maybe
kinda-
I was
just a little bit.
I was accidentally racist. Just
Like,
accidentally.
When you grow up and there's people around you,
It
like
happens.
aunts or uncles, that'll say something like, the damn Chinese drivers or something like that.
Yeah, they say stuff. They
Right.
don't really. They're not intending to be overtly, but they just And I've growing up in Louisiana, there's a lot of that. But no. If you don't want to deal with it, send them my way. I
already knew that. I
love
already knew that's where that was going.
Good Lord.
Next
Duncan
next time,
Atheist is in the fucking chat.
who?
Duncan Atheism. Darth Dawkins.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, how you doing, DD?
You ain't, and hey, for the record, Darth, you ain't coming on, bro. You ain't coming on.
I'll let him on my channel again. That's cool.
You can have him. I want
Come over to the Empathetic Atheist, Duncan.
Yeah, go ahead. You can have it.
Look, you're trying to be empathetic towards people. You do the exact opposite.
I'd like to see Darth Dawkins and Glass Monster dance ballet on video. I think it'd be fantastic.
All right, so
damn, he disappeared.
So to keep it, we'll get in the open chat. We'll take about 10 minutes. All of us, we can talk shit, smile, laugh, have fun, all that. But Neil, real quick before we keep it moving, any episodes coming up? Anything going on that you want everybody to know about here?
Actually, I've got some pretty cool guests coming up. Actually, Dr. Josh Hammurabi, DJ Hammurabi, he'll be on the show on Wednesday. And Nick Sauter from In Time, or Suter, or however you pronounce it, will be on September 9th on Wednesday. Okay. I've got No Illusions on Saturday, September 12th. Awesome. Ian Harris, who's another atheist comedian, you know him, Chris. He'll be on my show.
I've had Ian on the show.
Yep. Yeah. On September 23rd. And Cy Babe. Do you guys know her?
Mm-hmm. I don't think I know Cy Babe. Do I need to get her on the show? Probably do.
She's awesome, dude. If you can, she's a great science communicator. She's got a hilarious sense of humor, and she'd be amazing. And I just happened to pop into one of her Facebook chats that she does. I've popped into a few, and I'll say little comments, but she actually read out one of my comments. I said, "Oh, you know what? I should have you on my show." And she's like, "Oh shit, yeah." Just send me an email and we'll get on there. So yeah, I got her on October 3rd. So that should be pretty good. And Mike Carey, who's also known as the One Good Reason, will be on Saturday, October 10th.
Awesome. He's very, very sharp dude, very smart dude.
He is very much so. And for Halloween, my very good friend Brian, who's also known as Brainbug, will be on for the October 31st show, and we're going to have all kinds of tarantulas and all kinds of cool shit that are Halloween themed on the show for that one. So that should be a lot of fun too. And there's many more in between there as well. I'm pretty much booked all the way through October. I want to get Pastor Mike on, but he's never listened.
No, you guys. Hey, first of all, thank you everybody that's been on. Before we start drilling Godless Engineer with like some really hard epistemic questions, why are you an atheist? God damn it! Why are you in it? What led you to your belief? Lack of it. Just know if you can drop some questions in for the panel. Murder Shed Steve is going to come out of his shed, and he's going to get some questions read for these guys. But Austin's about to ask Godless Engineer some questions, and if Darth Dawkins has any questions and he wants a link, he can go fuck himself. Anyway.
Yep. And I'll repeat it. Darth Dawkins, you will not get a link. Go fuck yourself.
But apparently I talk a lot about nothing. I'm like Seinfeld.
I'm not.
He really hates it when you don't talk about him. Just kills him. I know. If you just don't talk about it. I'm just saying.
Well, what's even better when you do this and don't give him a link because he can't talk.
I'm interested in talking with him about his episode with Atheist Pastor and his episode with Shannon Q, where they just both completely threw him off his script.
I have no interest in talking to him. But anyway, Godless Engineer, thanks for coming on, man. We had you on I think a month and a half ago now, and you're back. How you feeling, man? How was your weekend? What's going on?
Going pretty good. Had a pretty good weekend. Been working pretty hard on the channel. Posted a video today that pretty much bombed, so that always helps. And all around, just doing good.
Good. So there's been a couple episodes that I've been watching yours earlier, and you do a great job with the premiere part of YouTube, and like you have your live, you have your record that you post, but then you'll premiere things for the other, because we have content creators here, YouTubers here. What kind of effect or response have you got from the premieres versus doing a live or a pre-recorded episode?
Well, I mean, for the premieres, they are pre-recorded, but the premieres obviously do better. At least in my experience, the premieres do a lot better than the just regularly posted videos. And that's primarily because, you set up a premiere, people get the option to watch with you, and you can interact with them in the comments, and you can get people to, like the video. So there's just a lot more interaction. There's a lot more initial view velocity that comes from that versus just posting a video up. So, in that respect, it's usually better to premiere a video because of those reasons.
Okay.
By the way, I think View Velocity is going to be the new name of my band.
Oh,
So I jumped right into that question because that's one that, after watching your channel, and us continuing to get better at what we do, has been sticking out to me. And when I was, kind of collecting notes before tonight, I want to make sure that I did not forget to ask that question. So let's press pause. I want to say two things. One, viewers, listeners, whatever, if you have questions for anybody that is part of the panel or the show tonight, ask it. Just make sure you point out who the question is for, because we're going to have a lot of damn faces on the screen. So make sure you put that on there. But godless engineer, before we dig into that anymore, please tell everybody watching right now your show title. How do they find you? What do you do on your show? What it is with the Godless Engineer?
Yeah, so I just have a channel here on YouTube, and I pretty much post about 5 days a week. I have a pretty generalized schedule of Mondays and Wednesdays. I post videos that I've recorded over the weekend. Those are generally response type videos. And then we have a daily Bible podcast that goes up on Tuesdays, as well as our member only show, the Skeptic Mafia podcast, on Tuesdays as well. Thursdays and Fridays are usually toss-ups. Normally, I will either edit a previous live stream and put them up on those days, or I will put up like a previous debate that I had or an appearance that I had on another show. So generally, the back end of the week's a lot less complicated for me. But I generally try to post up about every single day in the mornings, Central Time. On my channel, I cover a wide variety of topics, mostly in the atheism vertical, but that can, that can vary a lot, because you can talk about politics within that vertical. You can talk about, various questions in the religious kind of area, like, does God exist? Most recently, and what I'm most hated for, is whether or not Jesus exists. And you can ask a wide range of questions and really kind of analyze the apologist arguments for those questions. And that's what I generally try to do. I've started starting my videos out telling everybody that I'm the Godless Engineer, and I critically analyze apologist claims to give you the best arguments and information so that you can stand up and use your voice, because ultimately that's what I want people to do, is to stand up and use their voice in whatever way they can about whatever subject they want to, because I feel like everybody's voice is important, no matter how big or how small. Everybody's doing their part.
And I listened.
No, and I do genuinely appreciate everything he just said and what he's doing, because I know he's passionate about it, because he's developed an app and you don't take the time, you don't put in the time and the research and the effort to put an app together if you're not actually passionate about the things you're speaking about. So, Godless Engineer, you have done that. And I know you've had some help with that, but you're kind of the forerunner from what I've seen on that. And I have it on my phone and I reference it. And I will tell everybody to download it, but I want you to talk about what's the name, how can they download it, where do they find it, and what's it about?
Right. So I have an app in the App Store called Crestus. And basically, it's an informational app where it holds a lot of good information about early Christianity and the question of whether or not Jesus exists. Like, what evidence do we have to suggest that he did exist in the past, and where all of the apologists stand on it. This is what it's going to look like sooner or later right here. This is actually a new kind of interface that I got going, but you can go to either iOS App Store or the Google Play Store, and you can get the app there. It does cost a little bit of money, but that's because I license content from Richard Carrier, who's got one of the leading books in this particular topic area. So I use his books, his peer-reviewed stuff to generate content for the app, and I'm always adding stuff for the app. So if you're interested in that particular conversation about history, and more specifically the history surrounding early Christianity, then you might be interested in getting the app and seeing what's there.
I have it here, so that's what it looks like at the opening page. So
Yep.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like right now. And I don't know if you
Oh.
can kind of tell the difference, but I'm working with a new framework that it actually looks a lot better. So this is an update that's coming. I even get bookmarks in this sumbitch now.
Oh, nice.
I think one of my favorite things about it is the Bayesian calculator.
Is the what? The Bayesian calculator?
Calculator, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So to explain what that is, and I heard that some people weren't exactly sure where to find it. It's called Crestus. That's Oz had mentioned it in the comments there. Crestus, Chrestus, and it's on both of the app stores, iOS and Google Play. It's there. The Bayesian calculator, basically, all of our the way that we come to decisions about things in history, like whether or not the resurrection happened, or whether or not Caesar crossed the Rubicon, all of these are driven by a sort of intuitive Bayesian analysis of the evidence. And when it comes down to it, Bayesian analysis is just taking the prior probability that something is likely to happen, like a Jewish guy resurrects from the dead, the likelihood of that happening versus, the total sum possibility of it possibly could happen, and you're basically just reasoning your way through the evidence, using already established evidence as a way to offset any kind of small probabilities and anything like that. So, like, for instance, with the resurrection of Jesus, if there was a prior probability that was high enough to suggest that people do resurrect, or that this was at least somewhat of a common thing back then, that would be enough to overcome how little evidence we have for Jesus's resurrection. But the problem is that when we actually look back in history, everybody that supposedly resurrected, like either Osiris or Dionysus or Zoroaster, all of them didn't actually resurrect. So the idea of a resurrecting God-man is already pretty low because of the prior probability, and compounding on that is the fact that we don't have sufficient evidence to overcome that. So that's kind of I guess a dirty explanation of how Bayesian analysis works. But the app has a Bayesian calculator in it where you can weigh the evidence. You can give it prior probabilities, and then you can go from there, and you can determine how likely something is to have happened. I'm gonna try in the update. I'm gonna try to simplify it a little bit to where it's a lot easier to use. Because I mean, I don't know, my brain doesn't work in like see, what do we use in it? What it's not fractions, it's odds. It works in an odds fashion, and to me that's a little confusing. I don't know if a lot of people understand odds and how that correlates to probability, but it's a really good app if you're interested in this particular topic area.
You're underselling it, man. It's an amazing app.
I appreciate that, Neil. I really do.
Last quote unquote serious question, and I've had actually people ask me after your episode with us. You just give me a yes or no. Godless Engineer, are you, when it comes to the character of Jesus Christ, do you believe that he was a real human, or do you believe it's just mythology?
Well, there's a bit of a difference here. There's the character of Jesus Christ, which is I'm guessing you mean the character in the Gospels and maybe in Paul. I would say that particular version of Jesus definitely doesn't exist. As far as some kind of vague historical figure of Jesus, I kind of follow along the lines of Richard Carrier with this, and that's giving him about a 1/3 chance of actually existing. And so I still think that there's a possibility that he could exist. I just don't think that he's found in the evidence. And until we find better evidence, then I really don't think that we're going to, overcome that low probability.
Plus, I'd like to add something. As for the resurrection, once cell death occurs in the body, you're not coming back. I don't care who the fuck you are.
Hey, Neil, once you just add magic to shit, it doesn't matter at that point.
Stir liberally.
Yeah.
So Godless Engineer, before we move on to the group chat for a few minutes and then do Q&A, we got good questions coming in now. Again, tell us where and how they find you and your content, and what times, like usually what times are you posting, those kind of things. How do they find your shit?
Well, you can just find me here on YouTube at Godless Engineer, or Twitter, or pretty much any other social media that exists out there. I'm on there as Godless Engineer. You can go there and subscribe or follow, either one. And I usually post every day between 9:30 and like 10:45, 11 a.m. Central. So usually in the mornings before lunch, I'll have a video posted up.
Yeah, and I generally too, because I'm at work in the lab, and I always see his pop up, and I'm like, I'm there. Boom, done.
Godless Engineer, and now everybody, and Chris is not looking at me. There
he was looking at your tart symbol for a while though.
So it's time for Q&A with Murder Chef Steve.
Wait. Can you provide evidence that a God exists? From there, Elijah went up to Bethel. As he was walking along the road, some boys came out of the town and jeered at him. "Get out of here, Baldy," they said. "Get out of here, Baldy." He turned around, looked at them, and called down a curse on them in the name of the Lord. Then two bears came out of the woods and mauled 42 of the boys. And he went on to Mount Carmel, and from there returned to Samaria. What an inspiration. Now, this should remind everybody that
It's
God is
pronounced
so
Mark
powerful.
No, sorry.
It doesn't matter. God's so powerful that he can beat up 42 boys if they make fun of somebody for having no hair. Very powerful. How's everybody going?
Pretty good. But just so you know, it's pronounced Mount Carmel.
Mount Caramel?
No, Carmel. No extra A in there. I've
I
been there.
prefer a mountain caramel, though.
Yeah, it sounds like like flowing rivers of caramel.
It sounds delicious. I want to bring a bowl of ice cream with me.
I took a bite. It's terrible.
I
Never
thought they were
mind.
supposed to have like milk and honey and shit.
No, just caramel.
Oh, okay.
I got some here if you want. But
I'll have to fly up to Canada. So I got a question right away for Jenna about your painting show. Would you be willing to take requests from the audience on your painting videos?
Requests for colors?
I'm not sure.
maybe he's like paint. me
Maybe
like
paintings.
French girls.
You know what? If somebody, I don't know, because the whole idea is that I'm gonna kind of use it as like a therapeutic thing.
So it's going to be a little bit more personal.
Yeah. But at the end of it, if somebody wants whatever I come up with, heck yeah. That
I'm
might
all
be
about the
fun.
artwork.
Yay.
I'm gonna have to watch, and if I like it, I'll definitely have to grab a piece for sure. 'Cause I
Oh, well,
love-
I'll have to discount it like major then. So
No. Treat me like the average Joe.
we'll discuss this later.
Okay.
Do we still have Justin here
Who's that?
from the EA show?
Oh, Zach.
I've got
Yeah.
a question for Justin. Here we go. Do you plan to continue the Bible reading series?
Yes, I do. This last Saturday, I was not able to do one because I was on call for my job all weekend, so I wasn't able to. But be tuned in this coming Saturday. We will be continuing the Bumper Car Bible Study series.
Bumper car.
I feel that being online stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or not online, I'm sorry, on call.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always the fun week.
Yep.
Without
Whole
a doubt.
weekend.
But the money's usually pretty good.
It is. Yes.
That's kind of where it compensates the whole inconvenience of it. You know what I mean? All right. So I've got a
Being
question.
mesmerized by something.
I'm trying to sift through these questions. Have any of you thought about a show about pre-Christian religions, specifically focusing on religions before Christianity?
Not as
I
many
have
people are
had.
talking about that.
Well, so I mean, my whole Jesus mythicism thing kind of deals with that a little bit because Christianity came about through a syncretization of the Jewish religion with other surrounding religions prior to Christianity.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean that I do cover that a little bit. Like I have a couple videos on my channel where I compare Jesus to this Sumerian god, Assyrian god, Inanna. There's a lot of kind of crazy comparisons you can make there. So it regularly comes up in my content. I haven't done anything specifically about how Judaism was syncretized with other religions, so that would be an interesting topic to cover.
I've had a Zoroastrian on the show, which I think predates Christianity. I think I'd like to get
It does.
him on the show, but yeah, I've had a guy that was Zoroastrian come on the show and speak with us. I think his name was Alex.
I've had people on my show as well that have went from like a Abrahamic religion to a polytheistic religion, or were once polytheistic and came out of that as well. So
Right.
I did a video series called The History Voyagers with Damien Marie Adhope, where we talked about the origins of religion back in the Göbekli Tepe 12,000 years ago, so about 10,000 years before Christ. So that's still on the tube somewhere.
I like how
Yeah, I think I misunderstood the question.
Essentially, are any of us going to be covering any pre-Christian religions, like maybe Hinduism, things like that?
So I thought we were talking about like making a whole show about them. That's
That could have been part of the question. Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was partially intended in that question as well.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, I've had ex-Hindus on my show as well. So there's another ancient religion as well.
Yep.
No.
One of the oldest, I hear.
Yeah, one of them.
Was somebody trying to say something there?
I think Dragon.
No, I was just saying no. That's my answer. No.
You know what? I really appreciate you chiming in. I got a question for Tart, but I think we can all cover this. Do you guys have plans to feature non-Christian ex-religionists or like ex-Muslims or anything like that? And I think that occasionally we do. We're going to be covering all kinds of different things, but Neil, the 604 Atheist, if you're looking for that kind of content, is an expert.
Pretty much what I do. Yeah.
In deconversion stories.
I've had Zahara on my show. Well, a lady named Zahara, an ex-Muslim. I've had 3 or 4 ex-Muslims on my show. Yeah.
Me too.
I've had a few exes.
It's a different tone. It really does set a different tone to the show. I don't know why. It's just does for some reason. I don't know.
So I've had an ex-Mormon and ex-Muslim that were the same person. They went from Mormonism to Islam to atheism. I've also had ex-Mormons on my show, ex-JWs, ex-Scientologists. I've pretty much run the gambit of what I can actually, I guess, get to. I haven't done some of the other religions, I guess, but I've pretty much run the gambit.
Well, I think that's all the questions that I have for today. Thanks for stopping by the Murder Shed, where answers get questioned.
There you go.
Just get questioned. I like it.
Well, if somebody's got an answer for me, I want to question it,
Right?
Sure.
I love it.
And Steve,
Yes.
Steve, I'm going to turn you in for the abuse of your tobacco pipe. I'm just going to call it a tobacco pipe for YouTube purposes.
Tobacco pipe.
That is actually all that's in there.
Oh,
Jeff and his lovely hair have arrived.
Sorry, I was just
Look,
destroying
Jeff
some
is
books.
here. Jeff is like, damn it, it's that Chris again, always messing with me.
Did you record it on TikTok? Please tell me you recorded it on TikTok.
The troll. So the troll showed up.
If we go with what Randolph was saying in the chat earlier about this being the Brady Bunch, that makes Jenna Alice.
Sorry.
Sorry, you lovely lady.
Jenna's front and center. Jenna, what would you like to say tonight?
Hi, now. If we go with what Randolph was saying in the chat earlier about this being the Brady Bunch, that makes Jenna.
Hi, Jeff.
Somebody's
Is someone watching the stream and
Somebody's-
participating?
somebody's echoing. They don't. You've been on YouTube before and you still don't understand technology.
It must be Jeff. He's the new arrival. We're blaming Jeff.
Jeff, it's Jeff. It's definitely Jeff.
You, Jeff.
There's a ghost in his room listening to us.
Mute Jeff. It's no longer mute Oz. It's mute Jeff.
What's this? Ghost?
Yep. See.
Okay.
As soon as Jeff is muted, it's all gone.
I'm not muted.
Yeah, you were muted. You hit
No, what?
the button. You hit the button. Nice
I didn't
try.
hit any buttons.
I see the resemblance. Atheist troll.
You leave my
Yeah,
relative.
you can visit my link.
Atheist troll. Hey, Jeff, how's it going?
Doing well. You're up past your bedtime.
I know. I'm not more.
I mean, you got another 10 hours and your show's on.
Yeah. I need a pillow. Yeah.
Neil.
Well, what I was going to say is, Jenna, I will pay for it because here's I care about Chris. I really genuinely care about Chris, and I don't want him to have any accidents. So the thing you're working on with making the thing for the thing, the bong, I'll buy it because I want Chris to have it because I don't want him to hurt himself. So you make it. You make it. Jenny, you make it, and I will buy it, and I will send it to Chris because I'm worried about Chris. I'm concerned about Chris.
Deal.
Don't need him bumping his head on his ball.
I'll send it straight to him. We got this.
That's awesome.
And then
actually, I have tender, delicate lungs. I don't generally use a bong.
Actually, well.
Is that on the naughty list? Can we not say that on YouTube anymore? I know there's a naughty
I don't know
list.
how that works. I said what?
I mean, there's a beer bong. We could be talking about beer.
Don't put me up there. I'll act a fool. You've seen my channel.
That's probably why you're going to be put up there.
Probably, yeah. Don't do it. Matter of fact, you just reminded me. I need.
I'll tell you. Hey,
at least you're wearing a shirt.
Can y'all hear that?
Get it.
I hear something.
Is that your ringtone or?
No. It's a singing.
It's a wife.
My
Somebody's
yes.
getting down.
Yeah, no. There is a versus battle singing. There's two singers.
And hold on. I just want to point out. Meanwhile, Godless Engineer, he's up there in the top right hand corner, and he's up there like, these dumb motherfuckers. They don't know shit. Fucking asshole. I'm in here wasting my goddamn time tonight. I could be.
No. That's not at all what I'm thinking. I'm enjoying.
That's what I said. Don't know what I said, baby. No.
He's over there designing another shirt for Teespring. He's like, this shit's boring. Make another fucking shirt.
That is actually exactly what I'm thinking. So you just think, feeling it from the wrong side.
Well, this is what we can do. Oops. Oh, he's gone.
Where'd he go? Disappeared.
It's like magic.
What happens when you don't?
I was just
Act
about to
right.
pick my nose too.
Your payment late.
Do it. Pick that nose, boy. Pick that nose.
No one's going to judge you. Speaking of kink shaming, GE was saying something in the chat about a Falwell person, and I told GE not to kink shame, and GE said, "Well, no, it's hypocrisy," and I said, "Hypocrisy is Jerry Falwell Jr.'s kink, sir."
I mean, that seems to be accurate.
Yeah.
Could you imagine him in the fucking corner? Like you're. Can I say? Oh Jesus! What the hell? Oh.
What the fuck?
You know what? I was just about to talk about someone in the corner with something out, and you know what? Go ahead, Oz. No, tell us what you think. If Jerry Falwell pays you enough money to entertain his wife while he was in the corner, what would you do?
How much money?
Capital T. Capital
run.
T.
$10,000.
Y'all don't know capital T. They don't know capital
Fuck that. I got better things to do.
No, for me, I'll run. I mean,
Yeah, I'd say,
Hey,
I'd say no.
Jenna, this is the voice of reason. Where would you like me to send your check? Just let me know.
like I make good money. I don't need to do that.
Look.
I don't know
I have.
what happened.
If I have student loans still, right? So if he wants to do whatever he wants to in the corner, I have student loans at the end of the day. Right?
Hey.
We'll keep it secret.
Somebody put up Nate G's comment in the chat.
then that's you, boo. That's you, boo.
I ain't proud. I could use the coin. Is my
you-
mic on? It is on, huh?
You have to look Jerry Falwell Jr. in the eye during the whole
Right in
thing.
the eye the whole time. I'd be riding it. Y'all aren't watching. Who's running this thing? You guys are looking at Oz. I'm doing cool stuff. Never mind.
I was just trying
I'm
to figure
done
out
now. I
who's
was riding
talking.
the pony. Carry on.
Yeah, I don't even know who's talking.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is going downhill, man.
Steve starts talking, and I think it's Jeff, and Jeff starts talking. I think it's Steve, and Who knows? And you got poor Jenna. Jenna's on there like, these guys are assholes. Like, why am I even here?
I
Right
haven't even said anything. And no, I'm not.
No, she actually knows which ones of us are actually assholes.
Yeah, Jenna, I know me and Jenna, you and I have met. How many other people have you actually met in person on this panel?
In person, one.
Oh, well, shit. Okay, never mind then.
But like on virtual video, like two.
Okay, well, I will tell you to watch out for this guy here. If you look at him every so often, he looks like he's trying to find his keys. Like every 5 minutes, just watch him.
It's true. That's a good analogy because I was trying to figure out what it is that he looks like he's doing.
Why is Jeff even here right now?
I was.
How did he get in?
You messaged me to be here.
Oh, now the truth comes out.
How am I going to get banned in this live stream? I already am banned in 2 other things this week.
Shit, you're doing pretty good then.
I know. 2 for 3.
You're pretty popular then.
Well,
It's always the weirdest videos too that get me banned. It's not the outright offensive ones. It's the ones where I like give my personal opinion on something, and those are the ones that get banned.
No. Let's keep it real. No, it's the ones where it's like, oh, he's burning a Quran or a Bible.
Those don't get pages those
out
come
of
back.
Bibles.
Those
and
go to
Qurans.
review and they come back up.
Yeah, that's what gets you banned.
Those are still there today. You can go watch them. They don't get removed.
It'll at least put you on the band radar. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for being
the reason. And my bio, someone keeps reporting my bio, which is just my phone number.
I just thought
I don't know.
What?
My phone number.
That's how I comb my hair like Captain Kirk.
I mean, is your phone number 420-6969?
That's right here.
Okay.
That's my phone number.
How did you write that so fast?
It was there the whole time. I was just in front of it.
Hold on.
Oh, it was there.
Yeah,
Jim,
Jim.
the oil pastels.
He puts it on TikTok. He likes he likes little kids on TikTok to text him.
Yeah, they can call me and ask their questions. And I'm telling you right now, like they're not good. They're not good questions. They're terrible, actually. And that's the one thing that I've noticed is arguing. You could be a doctorate of biblical studies, right? Someone who has spent their entire life in a Christian university understanding the Bible, and debate somebody like Oz, and it actually be a level playing field, because all Oz has to do is just ask for proof. And it's interesting to me that somebody can be at such a gap in learning, professional learning, and be able to close that gap just because of how ludicrous the argument is on that side, that it takes somebody with a doctorate degree to hold water against somebody, no offense, Oz, but like Oz. Is interesting to me.
Oh.
As long as you stay out of the actual, like, we could debate language and the meaning behind certain things and context, and all that stuff has a learned skill to it. But at the end of the day, proving the claim is not. You don't have an advantage with the knowledge or with the education.
Why do you think I'm on AXP?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah, it's easy as an atheist to make an argument. It's really not hard. It's pretty easy. You just kind of ask like, okay, how do you know that? And 20 minutes later, you can ask again. That doesn't explain it. Could you please tell me how you know it?
And you're still nowhere closer.
Yep. and here we're all atheists. We could talk about all this and have stories all night. So I want to respect everybody's time. So one last time, just very, very briefly, share your channel, how they find you, and one or two things that you have coming up that you want to share. I want to make sure we do it one last time for those that have joined us. And we're grateful. And now that we have everybody on screen and we've had some fun and talked some shit, I want to make sure this last part is all about you guys. So I don't know what you see on your screen, but I'm just going to go from top to bottom on the screen and go in order there. The first that I have here, Godless Engineer, please share with us one more time your show. How do they find you? What are one or two things you got coming up, my man? You're the shit.
All right. So I'm the Godless Engineer. You can find me almost anywhere. It's just Godless Engineer. A couple things I got coming up is got the Daily Bible Podcast that's posting tomorrow. And then Wednesday, a Muslim is going to try to stump us. And let's see if he can do that. And later on this week, I have some debates that'll be posting. So those will be long videos. But yeah, if you want to, you can join me over on Godless Engineer right here on YouTube.
Perfect. Thanks, Ben, and we appreciate you joining us tonight and hanging out and talking all the atheist shit we talked tonight. Appreciate it. And then moved on. The Lord Dragnot. The Lord.
Yeah, where'd that Lord shit come from? Right?
Okay, so Neil, before you came in, I started putting that in front of my name because now the idiots that I review on my channel think that I mind control people. They think they literally think that it's not even a joke. It was yeah, but they think that I command people to give me money and to troll them and to do all types of stuff. So I'm now a Sith Lord. So I am Sith Lord Dragnot, the YouTuber person. So I
Did you
started
see
calling
how he
myself.
waved his hand? He waved his hand while he was talking. Did you see that?
Exactly.
Here we go. Here's my visa.
Exactly. See, it's happening already. I don't even have to say anything. But yeah, so don't subscribe to me at all. My channel has actually very little to do with atheism now. It's just people who use religion and they're just terrible people. And I review their content because they're stupid. It's from what I understand, it's very entertaining because I do like armchair psychology that you should not take seriously at all. But occasionally I will go on other people's channel. Like recently I helped out Paul Logia with a video because I do science type stuff, biochemistry and biology. All that stuff. And so
I saw that you were at Guts at Gibbon or whatever too, right?
Yeah, Erica. Yeah, she and I both assisted Paul in his recent video, and so I offered my voice to that. Which after listening to it, I wish I would have changed my mic setting. But anyway, yeah. So I'll come on other people's channel and I'll talk to younger creationists and that sort of thing. So if you see me around different channels, I'll do more of the atheist stuff on other people's channels. My channel's more for entertainment. So it is what it is.
No, and Drag Pharrell, you anytime we've asked you to be a part beyond, you're always out there promoing, pushing our channel and doing that, for us. So we want to make sure we repay that, and much love, man. We appreciate you and what you've done to help us.
Oh yeah,
Jenna, and I love your story, and I love that you've been with us 2 times now, and I do admire what you've been through and where you're at today, and I appreciate that. But tell us again where the listeners, the viewers can find you, and what you have coming up here soon.
Okay, thank you. I have my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Jenna Belk. And then I've got my show, Atheist Stasis, out right now that I've got a bunch of videos already where I'm learning basically about everything. And then I'm starting another show on YouTube as well on the same channel that'll be called Genesis, where I'm going to be reading from my journal because I kept notes throughout my journey. And I'm going to read from that, do a little bit of research, and then it's going to be kind of a mental health show. Also, I'm going to be live streaming Carrot Noise on Twitch, and that'll be once a week. And also starting the Ethan and Jenna show once a week at 11 a.m. on Sundays. That'll be a live call-in show where we just talk.
No, perfect, right? Perfect. And I saved this for last because this is one of the things that actually helped to, I guess, free or liberate. But on a serious note, that helped to kind of free and liberate me. And Jenna posted on I think it was on Facebook the other day. And I'm paraphrasing, but it's okay to say I don't know. And that was one of the things that freed me. It's like it's okay to say I have no fucking clue. I don't know.
You should put that on a hat.
It's hard when you haven't been saying it for your whole life, and then all of a sudden, it's like added to your vocabulary. It's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, it is. And when you like, and I'm not lying. Like, I actually did a screenshot of that post because that's something that I relate to. That when I got to the place that I could say I don't know, was freeing. It was liberating. It was all those things. So,
Awesome.
Honest.
If you ever want somebody to talk about those things, I would love to help you because that's 100% where I come from. So,
Cool.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jenna.
Thank you.
And then Neil, the man, the myth, the legend.
I'm not a myth. I'm actually here.
No, you're a myth. I don't know that you're here. I don't know. It could be.
Are you?
It could be a figment because I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, Neil,
I'm here.
Neil, Tart, the Atheist Roundtable. We're a big fan of you and your show and what you do. So again, how do they find you? And in the next, a show or two, what do you have going on?
Well, if you really want to find me, I live in New Westminster in British Columbia. That narrows it down for you. Which is
okay, anyway, he wants to be a smart ass, so we'll move on. No, I'm kidding.
You can find my channel, Neil the 604 Atheist. I do deconversion stories or reconversion. I'm actually going to be having someone, I didn't mention this before, but I will now. I'm going to be having somebody on my show that deconverted, but went back to Christianity. Her name is Sassy, or Miss Sassy. And I'm going to have her on again, and we're going to talk about why she decided to go back to Christianity. So it's a little bit of a different twist on what I do, but it should be interesting. And she's a super sweet gal. Aw, puppies. I'm going to talk to you later about that one, Chris. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I do. I talk to people about their journeys away from whatever belief systems they had, or into a new one, if that's the case.
Yep.
And Jenna, I just wanted to mention before we disappear, I've now done Truth Wanted twice, Talk Heathen once. I think it's about time I got onto the AXP.
When I have a say, I will actually. I mean, I'm added to the list.
Yeah, I'm on the short list apparently now too.
Well, yes,
Neil.
absolutely. There's a list of my personal people, and all of y'all are on there. Like, I want all of you.
We just need
I'd
Lord
like to.
Dragnot to use his Sith Lord skills to convince them to get you on.
Right.
No,
That's true.
These are the atheists you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I had that power, maybe my voice only
But you've
goes
been
so
on
far.
drag, so we're all like,
I've been on a few times.
oh, listen,
yeah, I
a
mean,
few times now. It's like,
I just,
yeah. Well, look, Matt gives me a call. Hey, you want to be on a show? Yeah, whatever. And I hang up. That's it. That's how I get on the show.
I just have to say, as somebody, as a sales director as my trade, what Neil just did was beautiful in salesmanship and a hard close. That was a hard close. That was an assumptive hard close. Great job, Neil. That was.
I just
Way to go.
wanted to mention that I was interested in co-hosting.
Great.
Thanks, Chris.
Great job. And the one thing I will plug for Neil is Dr. Josh is one of his upcoming guests. And if you don't know about his story, he recently lost a child. Him and his wife lost a child. And they talk about it openly, or I wouldn't share that.
That's actually why we were scheduled to the time we have now. He was supposed to be on earlier, but
correct. But Dr. Josh might be single-handedly the most intelligent human being I've ever met in my life, and also one of the most compassionate men I've ever met in my life.
yeah, he's super cool.
So he's going to be a great guest for you, Neil, and I'm glad that you could connect with him. That's going to be awesome. You good?
Yeah, I'm great. I just all I can say is
I thought you
I'm in chat groups with him, so that's
Okay,
actually
yeah,
fairly
yeah.
easy to turn down.
Josh is the man. And then we have two more familiar faces here to talk about. Chris Mallard the Daily Atheist Morning Show. And I know I'll mess it up because now we're getting late. I'll
it's only 7. It's not even 8 here.
Where you're at. I spy sci-fi. There we go. I did it. I spy sci-fi. I got it all.
John. I spy sci-fi channel.
So Chris, one more time before we jump off, tell everybody how they find your Morning Atheist show and what do you have coming up?
You can find me at the Daily Atheist Morning Show on YouTube and Facebook, and I Spy Sci-Fi on YouTube, I guess, and Facebook. Got a lot of stuff going on. I'm doing reviews of the Lower Decks and the new Star Trek Picard.
I love that show.
And stuff like that. Which one, Picard?
No, Lower Decks is fucking brilliant.
I'm doing reviews of it, Picard, and Discovery, and then I guess that's kind of it. I still do the Sci-Fi Saturday. I've got a regular co-host now. Andy Hall is going to be my regular co-host. Cool. For now, we'll see how that goes. So I'm still going to have the one-off co-host come on and join me. But yeah. This is my sound engineer. This is Daisy.
Oh, hi Daisy.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Chris, that explains a lot.
It really does.
I should
remember when I was talking about tech gremlins. That's them. These are the tech gremlins.
I forgot to mention something, Oz. I do something with Andy now too, once a month. Andy and myself and Seamus from the Free Thought Prophet do Drinking Out Loud on Saturday, where we all get together, have a few beers together, and just shoot the shit. And it's actually turned out to be pretty fun. So,
Drinking Out Loud, I love that.
Drinking Out Loud. Yeah.
I wish I lived closer. I would drink out loud with you.
I'm thinking Drag's a beer guy. He should join up with that.
Hey, this just in. Godless Engineer and Jana Belk just said Oz was taking too long, so they have to fuck off. So just wanted to let you guys know. If he's taking too long, I can pull him. Okay.
Hashtag mute Oz.
Jeff, do you want to take over or
Sure.
Dragnaut? You good? Oh, God damn it. God damn it.
Oh,
I think it's Valerie.
Don't let me host. We'll be here for a while.
All right, no, bro.
Hey,
Bro,
also for a minute, Oz, before I put my fingers on your lips. But Justin, hey, hope you don't mind. We're just going to bypass you as well. We're just going to put you to this. Yeah, we're just nobody.
Fuck
cares.
Justin.
Yeah.
I'm just a little guy here.
Hey, look, I started off a little guy too, and for some reason I ended up on AXP and all this other stupid shit. So don't look. Everybody starts somewhere.
For some reason.
That's right.
For some random.
There's reasons, Dragon. You know it.
Yeah.
You're a smart guy.
Yeah,
and that's
sometimes
that's why Drag's my dude. We started from the bottom, now we're here.
Mm-hmm. Go check out the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I Spy Sci-Fi, not Wi-Fi. What the fuck is he talking about? Wi?
Anyway, guys. So Pasta was talking about it. Now we started.
Go check out the Empathetic Atheist Show. That's on YouTube, and I think it's on Grindr as well. You can find it on Grindr. And it's
and OnlyFans.
Anyway, fuck you guys.
Oh. What was that? Vincent Price?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so
That was definitely Vincent Price.
on
we care.
YouTube for the Daily Atheist Morning Show. Go check out Chris Ballard, and I'm on there hanging out with him on Monday mornings, and he also has what's the Sci-Fi channel, Chris? One more time.
I Spy Wi-Fi. I mean, no, it's the I Spy Sci-Fi channel.
I Spy Wi-Fi. No, Sci-Fi.
There you go. Yes.
Sci-Fi.
Yes.
But no, and I want to make sure we give the same respect here. The last one here tonight. He started out first, and now we'll wrap it up with the Empathetic Atheist Show, and we do a ton of cross-pollination and interaction and relationship, and we've grown to have friendships with him and Wes and Bryce and the rest of them, part of the crew. Justin, please share with us one more time. What is the name of the channel how do they find you, and what's coming up?
The dickhead atheist. No, sorry.
So my name's Justin. I'm host of the Empathetic Atheist Show. We go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Do a interview to basically learn who our guest is, and then we go into an after party and actually have a discussion of their religious views or their lack thereof. I think I'm actually going to start off another channel. It's going to be a spinoff of the I Spy Sci-Fi. It's going to be called the Ow Now Brown Cow channel, and we're just gonna shoot the shit on random stuff. But but yeah, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. I have a Empathetic Atheist TikTok that I'm going to start doing more TikTok videos on. I just got to learn how to do it, but. Yeah, you can find me.
I can teach you how to get some.
Yo,
you
just
like 7 videos a day.
But Justin, what maybe the next 2 or 3 guests coming up? What do you got going on?
So like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be having a conversation with Ven and Sari, I think their names are. And we're going to be discussing abortion. So that's going to be a fun topic. Like I said, I really want to, if my wife's not able to, I would like to get Jenna or somebody else that's pretty well known and somebody who can actually bear children to get on and put their 2 cents in, because I don't want 3 dudes sitting in a room talking about abortion.
Talking about abortion and childbirth.
Yeah, that would be stupid.
Because we know.
Yeah, right.
We're just the fucking sperm donors.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that. And if you guys went back through my shows, everybody that was on this panel has been on the Empathetic Atheist Show before. Except for the other Tart guys, Murder Shed, Steve, and Jeff. I still got to get you guys on if you would like to. But yeah,
Jeff's got to come on my show too.
I just sent you an email.
Godless Engineer was the only one, and I just actually talk to him in the side chat, in the private chat, and we're going to set up a date. So be ready. Godless Engineer is going to be coming up on the Empathetic Atheist Show.
I can't.
This is the Atheist Roundtable. We're going to be chatting with Oz today about his life story. We're going to go deep. We're going to be spreading his cheeks, delving into that ass. Be going deep. But no, that's not what we're doing. No. I thought we were doing like the full like Hollywood story. No,
we're not digging into my ass. No.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going into the deep ass dive, like a deep dive. No, wrong channel.
Yeah, this ain't Pornhub.
Oh, God damn it.
That's for your OnlyFans channel.
So why did it look like he was mulling over the possibility of somebody digging in his ass for like a hot second?
Because
most guys were like, "Look, no, stop, no, we're cutting this now." Like Oz was like trying to consider what that would look like, what that would feel like. Depends when you catch me.
According to Neil, he was considering size. So
yeah, this big. Yeah, we got to talk about it. Like poor Oz, and he's like, "Fuck you guys, I hate you."
He did look like he was
going to have one. Every group has one. Oz, you're just that guy.
Yep, I'm the one that gets picked on a lot around here from my friends too. So welcome to my world, Oz.
Yeah.
Should we start?
Neil, if you're having trouble getting campaign? It's right there. I don't hide. I've gotten 3 voicemails since I put the number up. So who knows what they are?
Mine was nice.
Can I text that number?
You can. It's a phone number.
Well,
it's my actual phone number.
Could be a landline. Could be a landline. We don't.
That's what I was more referring to.
It's not a landline. I called it earlier.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I did.
On the show.
So here's the voicemail someone just left me.
Okay. Don't hear shit.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Hey, it's turn up.
I know you can.
So basically, what is Jeff enjoys young people texting him and sending him voice messages.
I think that's
Georgia.
I think that was what we heard was Oz's anal virginity singing itself to sleep. I think that's what that was.
Cool.
Oh, shit.
As long as it's her doing it.
You're about to get my phone number.
What else? Not me.
No. I just sent a text to Jeff.
Thanks. Is So this is how many unknown calls I've gotten since I put it up.
Well, clearly the 604 one would be me.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, one of those unknowns is me. I'll
I know
that.
because you left a voicemail.
Oh shit, man, Drag, we got to get you on a Drinking Out Loud one day. That'd be fucking awesome.
Just let me know, man. I'll make sure I have some steak around too, because I don't like to drink.
You could just do a whole show where I just run voicemails and you can react to them.
That'd be awesome.
Because I'll get voicemails. Generally, a lot of
I want to be a part of that.
Very positive. They're like, "Hey, I'm a former theist. I really enjoy your videos." And then there's like one or two that are like, "Fuck you, burn in hell. I hope you die." Like those are also fun to listen to as well.
I like those ones.
Yeah, those are great.
Those are fun.
What? But what I want to know is the whole time why is Steve just staring, at?
What's he supposed to look at?
He just staring at Jeff, like just staring.
It's like looking into a cow's eyes. There's nothing back there.
Oh my God! Somebody said that to me once, way back in the day. Someone said that.
And why does it look like Jeff's been growing his beard for 4 years and still it looks like
still some little bit of face salad?
Yeah,
It's a struggle beard. Leave it alone.
It's struggle beard.
Jeff's over here GQing it with all of his hair.
I used to have a cat named him Patches too.
Part of me is mad that he has hairspray right within arm's reach just for that joke.
What joke?
Thick hair.
What joke are you
Never
talking
mind.
about, Drag?
You know what? It
This
wasn't
ain't
a
no
joke.
joke, son.
You should try it on your face.
That tastes funny.
I can't say anything. I have fucking seasoning like within arm's reach of me. So
hold on.
Sweet.
Oh, that's that good seasoning.
I've
too.
had that.
Oh,
shit.
yes.
That's good
Oh,
stuff.
yes.
It's real stuff. Yeah.
oh yeah, this is
I
my
got-
main one.
And
That's
meanwhile,
fucking brilliant.
Crushed
Hold on.
pepper. What
I don't know about you guys. I'm going over to Drag to eat.
Yeah.
Let's get all the good shit.
we're talking all this shit about hair and beards, but meanwhile, like Neil's got a cool beard, but what we don't know
Is it a beard or just facial hair?
It's a beard, but meanwhile, what we don't know is it's actually one of those bandanas that has the sewn on hair.
Oh yeah, the hair.
It's
Yeah.
no hair.
Would you like me to dispel that myth?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so he just glued it to his head.
So it's glued.
So we're looking
Neil,
at
let's
Kevin.
get a
Yep.
quick flip,
Cousin Nick.
like a quick head flip. You know,
It kind of looks like
There you go.
Aaron Rana.
It's like Kevin Nash, the after years.
That's about
There
to
you
say,
go. It's real.
I feel like we need to go sweet.
Usually when I play live, I'll let it fly, but I
That's
wear
what
that
she
because it keeps this crap out of my face.
I noticed. You could also just get a haircut. Shave it.
All of a sudden, when I see Neil now without a bandana, I feel like he looks like actually looks like God. I believe I can fly. And now he's gonna put it back on.
I'm really appreciating that we get to see this process.
I was just going to say that we
rare
get to see the process. We get to see the
Yeah.
process.
I kind of just
Everybody, shh, just watch. Just appreciate the process.
Oh wow. That's how it works.
Yeah, I was just used to watching men undress.
I was just going to say this is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is what 5 grown men are doing.
They're 6.
There were a lot of comments about your chest hair. Oz, just so you know, there's a lot of questions in the chat about your chest hair. Just so you know.
Yes,
There are a
there
lot of
was. I noticed that too.
You know what? I'm 100% cool with who and what I am. So it's whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still trying to figure out what that is.
I wanted to mention earlier that I actually took all of the nasty stuff out of the Holy Bible and was left with this much.
Yep.
There you go. See?
That's all it's left.
Pretty good.
And the only thing really should be left is the cover and the cover.
I took out all the.
Well, we need to wipe with something, right?
Put it in one book.
Jeff took the
Low
bottom
blow,
half.
Bernstein. Like my shirt, science does not care what you believe.
It does not.
Yeah,
Not bad.
yeah. Stand up.
Oh, Steve's is the best.
Mute us.
Steve's is the best.
Mute.
It's a limited edition.
I need to get one of those goddamn
It's
shirts.
limited edition. They're not even available yet.
Look, he's got
We
a bra
took them
on.
off the
Oh, wait.
website.
Do you
That
need to
literally
borrow
looks like you're wearing a bra now.
Will you somebody screenshot this?
Mute us production.
I knew Pasta would take advantage of that. Pasta loves my hairy ass chest. I'm kidding.
No, mute us, chest hair.
Pasta,
I like Sean.
Pasta has
Here comes the troll hair Randolph said about my guys. About my hair. Yep, literally. If I tease it up with hairspray, it would stand up just like one of those trolls.
Oh, we just got to get Oz's leg up above his head. Take a screenshot.
No, that's not that shit. That shit ain't gonna
I've been
happen.
able to do that since like I was 18.
I've never been able to do that.
I pull that up now and it's like my body just goes, "Fuck you, dickhead." It ain't happening.
Yeah, it should,
I can get
said
other
that 20
people's
years ago.
legs.
Sasquatch exists. Mystery solved.
Yes.
That's right. It's me.
Yes. I can get her leg. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Actually,
I
I
could
can
throw
tell
a
the
whole
story.
sack of legs over my shoulder if I wanted to.
That's right, because you're Murder Shed Steve.
I can only do that when I need rent really bad.
Oh fuck! Nice segue back in.
I do have a shirt that you guys will appreciate.
It's almost the same one. A fat
I'm
bun
putting on
for
it.
me.
That shit actually matters
Dude.
now.
Dude,
That's actually
seriously.
a real thing.
Seriously.
Someone sent this to me.
Yeah,
I'm in-
one of my fans on my old YouTube channel sent me mine almost exactly the same. What's going on there?
I am important on the interwebs.
Yeah, I got this one.
Famous on here. Oh hell yeah! There you go. I wear this one to the university, and they look at me and they go, "What? No, don't." I was like, "This is okay. Don't ask."
So it's just
Oh, he froze. What happened? Oh, he's back.
My favorite one by far that I have, it says that I'm a better Christian than any Trump supporter and I'm an atheist.
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh.
This one was always my favorite.
My favorite shirt took me 3 months to get. And mine's just pictures. And it's just a picture of Macho Man Randy Savage
Yeah.
turboplexing Jesus Christ.
Oh, beautiful.
Not bad.
And I don't know why it exists, but it was on Wish, and 3 months later it showed up.
Did it come in your size?
Ew.
Yeah, hold on, I'll go
Oh,
get it.
no.
And I'll
Never
just
mind.
They sell.
Did
they
it come
sell
in your
medium.
sock? I mean, size.
Sir? We ran out of size medium.
You know what's funny? I'll go into a
Medium.
store and say, "Excuse me, do you guys carry extra medium?" And they're like, "What?" Not quite small, but or not quite medium, but not quite large. It's extra medium.
Yes.
Get out of our store.
Right in there. Right in there. Oh no, I used to do that in Victoria's Secret. So, yeah, sir, can I help you? So, yeah, I don't think they have this in my size. I'm here.
Can
I'm
we
here with her.
sample the edible underwear? Is that possible? Like,
Yeah.
kind of looking at the watermelon strawberry panties over there.
Yeah, one of those little spoons. Uh oh.
Yeah, yeah, like at a Baskin Robbins or something.
You know what? They never
Oh.
seem to taste the same after a day of use, though.
Oh, that's beautiful. No, they don't. They're a little. You know,
Yo, man.
That's the seasoning soaking in.
They taste better.
the seasoning. We'll go with that.
That's what we'll call it.
Yeah, it tastes better.
Dirty socks. Yes, my socks are dirty. They tease me.
No,
every-
Neil, your socks are stiff. There's a difference.
Whoa, what did I
Yeah,
miss?
they could stand right up. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, snap them over your knee.
I could use them as a hammer. Wait, how'd you get me to admit this?
You did before I said anything.
That's fair enough. I know I'm easy, but I'm not cheap. You got to have at least beer, and I'm out of beer. I'm gonna cry now.
What's going on? You look confused. You all right, buddy?
Huh?
Bob's like, I've lost control. What's going on here?
Yeah.
I think he's reminiscing on when he just opened his shirt up, like, why the fuck did I do that?
Grumpy old Gus, roll credits.
Yeah, he's getting traumatic flashbacks.
Well, starch sucks. And analogy, what the fuck am I watching?
I give $0. I give $0.
You know, we're just having some fun, folks. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's like this in my after parties all the time. So
all the time. Yep. I love your show, Neil. I like your after parties are fun too.
I've actually gotten a couple of emails about the after parties too. I really want to be in one of your after parties. I know you don't know me, but I really want to be because they look like they're a lot of fun.
Oh, they're a lot of fun.
Okay.
Just don't get up and walk away because your background will be stolen.
Oh yeah, Mikey. Mikey has stolen, I think now. Fuck, what is it, about 15 people's backgrounds, and now he just pops them on randomly. It's like one day he'll be at Bad Temper Badger's house. He'll be in my house. He'll be in fucking Randolph's house. He'll be in whoever's house.
Oh, he can
Yet
still.
I haven't seen him at the murder shed yet.
Yeah,
no, but it'll happen.
He needs to get to the murder shed.
A lot of people don't.
That's fucking genius.
There you go. He can steal his background.
Real quick.
There you go.
Is that G-Man?
Yes. He can steal that. So, or he can steal this one.
I don't think Mikey. No, that's brilliant.
Or this one.
Oh God, Shani? Is that Shani?
That is Shani.
Oh, good
or
Lord.
this one.
No, that's cool. Mr. Arnraw.
Yeah, I do have a picture of Matt Dillahunty in the bathroom. Very few people have such a picture.
Yeah,
Hey guys, Atheist Troll here. I wanted to take a moment to address the community about recent videos. My videos have made some people angry. I've been called offensive. I've been called Islamophobic, anti-Christian, you name it. And I wanted to take a moment to, from the bottom of my heart, apologize to absolutely fucking nobody, because the Atheist Troll does whatever the fuck he wants.
To absolutely fucking nobody.
Because I'm a fucking troll, and I do what the fuck I want.
Oh, you think the Quran is special? I got one right here. Because I do what the fuck I want. Here's your books. Oh, here's a little Quran drop. Here's a little Bible drop. I'm just going to step on them. I'm just going to step on them. I'm just stepping on them. I'm just stepping on them. You like that?
Oh no, look out, Mr. Quran. Here comes a Bible.
Wow.
I need to get you a Torah, at least the Pentateuch.
Isn't that just the first part of the Bible?
So everybody,
yeah,
everybody, that's actually going to be our wrap. That's actually going to be our wrap. And no pun intended that we are trying to rap with the Bible and tear pages out of the Bible and do all those things.
Fun fact of the Harry Potter book.
So real popular.
And we're gonna be cut it out. And just know at the Atheist Roundtable that your book is really irrelevant to us. You have freedom
Time
to speak,
for it to be.
But your actually book, the actual book, the like ink on paper means nothing. So Pasta is the man. He's the genius. He did all the production tonight. He's the director, producer of everything. Tart, and we appreciate all of our guests tonight. We appreciate you, and let's do this again. Until next time.
Yeah, it's fun.
Let's
enjoy this, especially when I have alcohol. Then I can tolerate you guys.
Exactly.
Right?
It takes a lot.
I'm kidding. Big love to you.